Good morning. Not sure how many of you can actually tune in, but every chance I get, I like to try and make sure that you guys are on point with what is going on. I see Jamae Jones, Joseph. I'm not sure how many of you are getting that opportunity to plug in this early. Okay, I'm gonna get off and I'm gonna just go right ahead because I'm not sure if my appointment, I told him I'd be in at 9 and it is 9 or close to 9. Not sure if he's here at that particular time, but I want to go ahead and really show you guys the cash flow manager on your phone. How many of you, and even if you're watching the video later, I don't know how many of you have actually downloaded the cash flow manager. I am encouraging all of you to download, go to your phones and to download your myEcon website. It's going to be an app. Download your myEcon website and download your cash flow manager. Listen, you are losing if you do not do this because it is so simple. I was training Ms. Deborah Ingram yesterday and showing her how easy it is that when you actually, I don't know if you guys can see this, okay? If you can actually see this, but I think I can see. Let's see, I'm going to enlarge my picture for right now. Okay, and see if I can put this in here for you. I'm going to show you where your kind of blurred and you can't really see it, but that's the myEcon app right here. And you open that app, and in actuality, you got a choice of your customer and you have a choice of associate. For your customers, this is what I was telling you is you guys who are just plainly refusing to understand that you have a business and you can share this, you got to get it out there. myEconers just made it very easy for you. So when you're sitting around the table with family and friends, when you're sitting around the table with family and friends, even if you were at a table in a mall, I'm not afraid to talk, but you can show them how to go to their phone and download the myEcon app. Now, when you do that, you simply need to just put in customer, hit the customer tab, and they enter your associate username or ID, which your username is, my website is shekinahservices.myecon.net. Your username will be Shekinah Services. So if you are helenfreeman.myecon.net, your username will be Helen Freeman. Now, when they enter this information, guys, it's so simple, and we're going to talk about this at the business conference, in which I'm still encouraging you guys to make the time and make the space. As I say, oftentimes we don't go because we don't make plans to go. We just don't be involved. So, but this is where you're gonna get your learning real. When you can see me, you can see other leaders who are actually training. Okay. Well, when a customer goes to your website and they put in your username, they have 5 areas. One area is the presentation, the other one is shopping, the other one is where they can join, the other one is the podcast, which will start Ivy and whomever he chooses will be on there. And then the last one is about customer contact sponsor, okay? So sometimes people will have questions and they can click on that tab and they can actually text you, or it goes to your contact tab to where they can actually ask you any questions or contact you about anything else. Now, what makes this very, very easy, people, is that many of you are introverts, or I'm not going to say what type of people, but whatever you're doing, it makes it easier for you to share your business. You can go anywhere. Two things I see here. You can share your business, build your products and services and your team, and make money. That's the number one thing, okay? Make extra income. Not only that, you can share your business. Hopefully you would make some money, but you can share your business. Like, for instance, Miss Deborah is on a cruise with her classmates. Miss Deborah, I showed her, I said, there's no sense in you waiting on me or directing people to me. Guess what? You can get on your cell phone, hit the presentation button, and when you hit the presentation button, voila, there are two presentations. There's the one that's on the website, and then Ivan himself. What's wrong with opening up your phone and allowing somebody else to talk for you? You can do this at the coffee shop. You can do this in the fellowship hall at your church. You can hook this thing up. Technology, you can hook it up to a screen and show it. And then talk what you know. Don't try to talk what you don't know. Talk what you do know. I mean, if you're still hanging in here, there's got to be at least one reason that you're still paying your fees and that you're on here regardless. So you guys don't even have to call us anymore. You can do stand-up presentations, but you can plan this, and guess what? You can turn around and write this out for sure, because you're actually giving a presentation. Now your notation is, I'm writing out this family reunion, or this trip, this business trip is not a family reunion anymore, because you actually present it. You are telling the truth. You actually present it, and you can put the names and numbers down, and hopefully people will get the point out of all of this. We just made it very, very simple for you. All right. To me, it was always simple. I'm a doer. I don't talk, and I'm not a closed mind person. I don't have to know everything from A to Z to get started. I need to know enough to motivate me and not go over the cliff, but that's not my nature. Now, here's your cash flow manager. Your cash flow manager is going to ask you to log in with your login information, okay? If you put in your email address and it's your regular email address, it may not work. But if you are new, they have your, for instance, your company email address is your username at myecon.net. So again, example, ShekinahServices.myecon.net. That's the website, people. Okay, now when you enroll, it would be Shekinah Services at myecon.net. So please don't get those two mixed up. At means that's an email. Dot means that is a website. Okay, that's a web link. So that's how you can get in, is just use your email address, Shekinah Services at myecon.net, Deborah Ingram at myecon.net, whatever your username is at myecon.net, and use your same login password for your website. Okay, and you should get in. If you're not in, please don't keep saying, I can't get in, I can't get in. You guys need to email support at myecon.net, or you need to go to your contact on your website, find the telephone number, call them, and work it out. Okay, please. I've never seen so many people who allow stumbling blocks to continue to hinder them. You got to learn not to be so helpless and hopeless. All right, you guys got to get this. It's simple. We have made it simple. Now, when you go in here, you go at the top. The good news about the cash flow manager is, we're talking about the cash flow strategies. You're not going to sit down at your computer and do what you have to do, but you can do the cash flow manager, cash flow strategist from your phone. It needs to be done. Every associate should have their, we teach you, your cash flow manager is for your record keeping. It is also for your budgeting. Sit down. I know Miss Lambert be substitute teaching, and she's sitting at her desk, and during her time, she's got her receipts and she's entering her information in on her phone. I don't know how she's doing it a little bit iPhone, but she does it. She sits there and she does it. No excuses, okay? Then you have your budgeting system. Take your little bills one day at a time. Your budget is supposed to be before your paycheck anyway. So start putting your financial success together. No matter what it looks like, you got to see it first and know how to work it out. Then you have your cash flow strategist. Your cash flow strategist, we told you, is about when black. Your cash flow strategist is about putting together your financial dream, your visions and goals, and seeing where your money is, where it's going, and how you can recover it, and how you can get to invest and come out. This is a must. If you are in myEcon, this is a must. If you're serious about your personal economy, you will do this. So that's up to you. I'm not going to drag you. It's there. And a lot of the questions that most of you have depends on your ability to take care of you. It's got to be your goal. And if you continue to have the same habits that you have, the same excuses, the same hangups, it will not work for you. And that's when your testimony becomes, I don't know what myEcon is about. It ain't working for me. No, you're not working for your personal financial success. That we cannot do. We cannot jump in your head and make you do it. But check this out. We give you the tools that make it so easy. And even before watching this, there are videos that June has put out that you could have watched already. Then you have your financial tools on here. Before you go buy a car, you can know how much a month you can pay, what interest rate you want to put in, judged by your credit score. Before you buy a house, when you make lump sum, if you want to make lump sum investments, all of this financial tool stuff is right here. Then you can click on my account. You can go in, make sure everything is set up properly under your account. All right. That's all on the Cashflow Manager. Now I'm going to click on the Cashflow Manager because we had a question and I just found out something. Okay. On my Cashflow Manager, which you probably not, I can't see the list because I think it's just too bright for you guys to see. Okay. You see a list of our budget and my office and my tax deductions. Okay. Now I'm going to go in and I'm going to go here and you have the GPS track mileage. Okay. Now the question was asked, will it continue to run, over your phone ringing and everything? It will do that. But what I have just found out, because I've lost 5 miles that I have to correct in this, is that you do have to turn it on. You have to start it. So if you get in your vehicle, it's simple. Put in your beginning odometer reading and start it, and it's going to track it. It's going to track it for you without you doing anything else. But you have to stop it. But you have to go in and open the app for it to start. You have a start and a stop button. Okay. All right. So I'm going to show you this picture. Just a minute. I got up on the screen. Okay. We don't want you to lose anything. Now I can see who's with me. Good morning, Patricia. Good morning, Latresa and Yafet. Room on their phone to download. Okay. Didn't have enough room. So my thing is, if y'all tell us you don't have enough room on your phone to download, tell me what you need to do afterwards. Does that take a genius? So that depends on either you want to win or you want to lose, or you want to just keep doing stuff by hand. And if so, that's hey, do what you do. But that would either mean upgrade your phone, which is a write-off, or delete some of the things off your phone that is not productive and put your business and stuff there, because it makes it very simple. The ladies were out last night practicing presentations, but at the same time, you have these devices that will connect with any screen, can connect them, and you can actually show them off of a big screen, and you don't have to talk at all. No more than give you a little testimony. If people ask questions, you're not good at presenting, but you know the information, then you answer the questions, or you say, I'll get somebody who will. Okay, so start and stop, start and stop. I just want to show you GPS tracking. Start. Oh, the person you tried to share it with. Okay, so then if they were interested, they would do the same thing. Still applies. If they're interested, they would do the same thing. Can I download it to my tablet also? Yes, you've always been able to download it to your tablet. We used yes, Odie's. We use the phone, Patricia, because you get in your car with your phone. Okay, and so mileage is so important that you have the odometer reading. There have been practices across the board where people don't have odometer reading, or there have been trainers who have stood up literally and said you do not have to have odometer reading, and that is not true. It's just absolutely not true. The good thing about myEcon is that we empower you. You can listen to us as leaders, but our goal is to get you to read. That's why I like the upcoming training, because, and we've always had this, but I'm going after it a little bit harder to get you guys to read and see that it's not hard for you to understand what the truth is, and the truth will help. Okay, so that's all I have to say about that. So on the odometer reading here, you've got I don't know why my thing went off. Just a minute, you guys. I could see y'all commenting, and now I can't see it because it just decided to go off. Okay, so now we have the odometer reading, which is, you're going to start at the beginning, and then you're going to hit the start button. And I show here is I had to stop it. Okay, but listen, the next one, let me show it. Okay, so log 1.17 miles to a new activity entry. Okay, so in other words, when I got to my office, I actually hit the stop button. By the time I got to the office, I had, every day is 1.17. I'm glad to see that, because I think I shortchanged myself thinking I was doing only 1 mile. Honey, 0.17, 5 days a week, I add up to a whole nother mile, and I don't want to leave no money on the table. Okay, so when I hit the log miles to new activity entry, then that's when I got, if y'all can see this. Okay, let me see if you guys can see this. I don't see it yet on the video, but maybe you guys can see it. Maybe I'm having a delay. But let me go check and make sure I am sharing. Okay, yeah, you can see it. I'm sharing. Okay, and so finally, here it is. Here's my mileage. Here's my, it's showing my business miles. Sorry. Why is it doing that? I hit the wrong thing. Okay, it's showing my business miles to my office, and it logs in my date. I had to put in Clarissa Pace, who right here was Clarissa Pace for my mileage, because nobody else was driving. I wasn't going anywhere else. I was driving to the office, and I put in the name of my office and the address, and I traveled to work 5 days a week. Okay, so just simply recording that, and if I were audited, then that would be enough information. I left how to log in. If they do download, they will be able to get in. I left, okay, I got you. Okay, all right, you guys. So this is actually the information, and I encourage all of you to get it done so that you can make a difference. Now, since they're not here yet, I can go into a little bit more training, you guys. I wanted to share. with you. Okay. Now, this is one of those this, that, and the other Fridays. I want you guys to have this, and we're going to go more in depth into it at the Louisiana conference. Louisiana conference, not Louisiana, but Louisiana. Okay. Line 4, people are seeming to have a situation with line 4 on page 2. Page 2, line 4, and it's on the video, and June puts it quite clear. The video still needs a little touch of people out in the field being able to train it and give you some hints. So on line 4, can y'all see that? Okay. On line 4, this is about your estimated business deductions. And if you are in business and you are single people truly benefit from it, using line 4 as they are in business, because they most of the time only going to have 2 allowances. This can allow them to get more allowances if they are operating their business with the intent to make a profit. It can help married people filing jointly and who have high wage earner incomes bring their money home. It can help them even if they have children and children begin to outgrow the child tax credits and the earned income credit and these kind of things, right? So we take you to page 2 so that we can show you the power of being in business. This line is all about estimating your likeliness of creating business deductions as you operate your business, right? So what has happened is there are people who are just putting in $20,000. Sometimes they put in $16,000 or whatever. And you can't just put in a number. Everybody's circumstance and situation is so different. Everybody's money, everybody's place. For instance, if you have a single person, say I got all these young millionaires and they have jobs. Okay, we can't just go put $20,000 on their line 4 or 16, really not even 4,000 yet, because sometimes these children are still staying at home with their mother. You'll find some adults that are not living alone, although they are individual tax filers. So they are not living alone. They're living with somebody else. And what's happening is they won't have the things like lights, gas, water, rent, mileage. Some of them don't have their own car. They won't barely have any meals and entertainment, because you might find people who don't eat out a lot. They cook. Okay. You can have, and the other deductions, they won't have internet service that they're paying for. They may have a cell phone bill, but if their cell phone bill is not in their name, they will not be able to write that off. So you, as a trainer, as a leader in myEcon, you are held accountable for passing this information off correctly without embellishing and making yourself looking wonderful and making all of this wonderful, because I continue to get people who are being audited and they need to understand this. This is a beautiful thing. For instance, Jerome and myself, although we had, matter of fact, no, we didn't have earned income credit. We didn't qualify, but we lowered our tax deductions and got our money back. But here's the children began to grow up. So we lost child tax credit. Okay, they grew up, we lost child tax credit for them because they were over the age of 17 above. Then we turn around and we didn't get any earned income credit. They came out of daycare center. So our W-4 just kept moving back. Then we got some that we got working children. So you need to practice this now, because as they began to grow up, when we got in here, we were younger, circumstances and situations were different, all right? And so in that difference, we still learned, and as it changed, we could keep our W-4 like it is, because we know the amount of deductions that we need to create annually to keep our money in our pocket. Otherwise, we'll be paying about $12,000 or $13,000 in taxes, okay? Nobody wants to do that. So I'm legally creating $30,000 to $40,000 every year in business deductions. But can I put that on there for everybody? No, I cannot. Because number one, their mindset has not changed. They're not working the business. Somehow people are thinking they can come into business, learn financial education, income shift without working. If you are just here for financial education, you are not allowable for tax write-offs. You can enjoy changing your W-4, the front page. I wouldn't touch the second page. If, you can do that either way it goes. You can enjoy building your credit. You can enjoy any other financial education that we bring, but what we won't be eligible for is the full scope of income shifting, because in order to write your deductions off, you must engage in business operations, which means that you must sell your products and services, and you must recruit. Either one, however, whatever combination it is, you need to be working your business. And remember this, you must make money. Did I say make a profit? No. But if you have to have a balance to your deductions and hold on, this is Chris. You must have a balance to your deductions and your income to make sense to IRS and to your state. People are getting letters all over, okay? People are defecting from myEcon because this information is passed along the improper way, okay? So Ms. Patience wants to help us as a nation of people do the things and correctly. As much as you want to build your business, I would not embellish this, because people need mentally, they're not ready. They're mentally challenged because they're not ready to operate a business. The person that says, listen, I've got to learn this before I tell anybody. Okay, well, if that is their motto, when you hear a person like that, then they don't need the tax training. Because see, learning is not going to write nothing off. Okay, so they can, they can come and learn if they want to, but they better exercise in business. Because if you got 20,000 miles that you are writing off, and you have your children, you hire them in business, and you pay them the whole $6,300 to work for you, and you are, what else you're doing? And you got all this travel that you got $2,000 or $3,000, $4,000 worth of travel you're writing off. You got $3,000 worth of meals you've written off. Now, you know that just makes good sense that you should have made some money out of that. That's not how this works. If you went to okay, let's take the Bobos, for instance. You guys are here, say, you can write off your cruise. Well, most of you, what you're doing is you don't mind making a flyer to really, to put it out there, those steps, go ahead of time, write that off. But you're not actually working when you get there. Like when they went on their cruise, what did they do? They actually worked when they got there, and they actually enjoyed themselves. There was a lot of videos to show. So the mindset of people is, I don't really want to do this, but I want the benefits. But people have to be all in or just wait it out. Give them a chance to have a V8 moment. Everybody has their V8 moment, and I've had my V8 moments before, okay? And I started to work. So that's okay. But on line 4, I have created Team Vision. We have a document of our own. I'm going to go more in depth on this document when we get to the training in Louisiana. That's why you want to make the time, take off, take a vacation day, do whatever you got to do to get there, because we can actually show you this information in full at the convention, okay? It's going to be a great learning experience as always, okay? Because those of you who have been with me long enough, you know your material. You may not shake a big stick like some of the rest of them, but you know the information. So I haven't seen it come up on the video, but I'm believing that I'm just behind on the phone. And so here we're gonna go. I'm gonna take you to, I'm trying to minimize, I'm all over the place. Okay. Now, this document, I want to just read through it a little bit and show you how it works. And then I'm going to publish it for you to get. You'll have to go to GroupMe to get it, I believe. W-4 form, first thing I put on this form is warning. These deductions are only available if you are going to engage in activity of your business. You can write off ordinary necessary expenses incurred as you work your business. Working your business is not sitting in a meeting learning financial education. You must decide to follow the turnkey business building system and work with the intent to make a profit through recruiting and product sales. Okay, that's just all it is to it. Now, I'm letting you know there is a video on this form in the back office, which is very simple for you to watch and to understand. How many I got with me right now? Share it with your teams, share it with GroupMe, let everybody know I'm live right now because this is good training. Now, we had this worksheet years ago, and I updated what we already had from Mr. Leon Gibbs and Mr. Edward Townsend, who taught this to us years ago, okay? Commonly used deductions in business activities will largely depend on your personal operations. So right here, I want to jog your memory, ask you some questions to prick your understanding. Do you own a home? Do you rent? Do you have a vehicle? Are you the owner of the vehicle of which you are driving? Are you responsible for your personal expenses? Are you riding with someone else who carries the expenses? Do you have a business mindset? It takes all of those being answered properly for you to know how to properly complete this form. So do you own a home? If you don't, you won't be able to take home deductions, right? Do you rent? If you don't, you won't be able to take home office deductions. Do you have your own vehicle? If you do not own your own vehicle, you cannot write off vehicles for somebody else. Only if you pay for gas or something, they give you the receipt, or they're picking you up, giving you a ride, and you got some expenses there. Are you the owner of the vehicle of which you are driving? So I had somebody tell me they were riding with somebody and somebody else owned the car, and they kept riding to these trips and they wanted to write their mileage down. No, you cannot write down mileage. If I rode with Miss Lambert in her car, I cannot write down mileage. Are you responsible for your personal expenses? Again, if somebody's living with somebody else and they don't have a lot of expenses, they need to understand line 4, don't go crazy or don't do anything on line 4 at all until they have eligible areas that can be written off. They've got to find those, and a lot of times they are slim to none because there are some people that don't do very much. So you can't, if a person isn't buying brooms and mops and toilet tissue and paper towel and just even some of the extraordinary things we might call, there are still people there that don't do that. Okay. And the final question is, do you have a business mindset? Okay, a business mindset person is going to operate themselves on business, even if they are at church or parks or ball games or basketball, football. They understand and they're going to be operating. When you got these people who want to separate their lives and they're still got all these personal issues with us, marketing our businesses everywhere, talking about business, it gets on their nerve, but they are myEconers. This is not going to work for them. Again, they want the best of both worlds, but they don't want to be converted. Okay, so that's their issue. That's not mine. That's their issue, and that's not yours. Now, the next thing is, are we still there? Give me some likes or something if somebody joined us, or you still there, or let me know you're being trained. Okay, so I say use this worksheet. Accuracy is based on how long you have been in the business. In other words, when you fill out this worksheet and where I have months, if you came in the business and you've only been in here 1 month, okay, you only need to multiply that expense by 1 month. If you've been in here or you started in January, you got 12 months, 12. If you've been from July to, you're going to be in here to December, that's about 6 months, you want to put everything is going to multiply by 6, okay? So I've got internet service. You got internet service. I got internet service. How much? Oh, I misprint. Do you pay monthly for your internet service? So you must separate these on combined lines. The reason I said that is because there are people who have bills. I'm sorry, combined bills. There are some people who have all of their services, the cell phone, the internet, the direct TV, whatever, in a combined bill. Forgot what you call it exactly. But anyway, you got to separate that out. And I get people that get irritated. Well, gosh, well, gosh, for real, it's business. And if you want to do it right, you just got to do it right. And it's real simple. Go on the internet, look at your bill, and it has on there what the price of each one of them is. So you can't be lazy and want to take advantage of things. It just doesn't work like that, people. Okay, so then number 2, meals and entertainment. How much will you spend on breakfast, lunch, or dinner while prospecting, advertising, training, or presenting the business to a customer? All right. So again, get an estimate. You know how much you go out and eat. You know how much you can create. You know how long you've been in the business. Multiply that and come up with a number. Cell phone. Do you have a landline phone? If so, your cell phone can be 100% deductible. Otherwise, your cell phone percentage is going to depend on how you operate your business. I'm not going to put 20%, 10%, 15%, or whatever. Some of you probably don't operate your business but 4% or none at all. Okay, but your tax preparer and the system that it's in will be able to determine the percentage by the other things that you put in. Matter of fact, it's probably going to be adjacent with the home office expenses, square footage, and all of that kind of stuff, okay? And you cannot set that percentage because we don't know everybody's square footage. We don't know it, okay? So, and if you want it 100% deductible, then this is where you can tell your people to suggest that they go get an internet landline, $60, $20 a year or something like that, and have a home phone, okay? I think that price is much cheaper than, because we spend a lot of money, at least $1,200 a year on cell phone bills. Then you've got your supplies. How much do you spend monthly for household goods like tissue, paper towels, soap, alcohol, pens, paper? Okay, and then I have C475 tax deduction book because there's a full list there. And there's no sense in us repeating something that you need to buy and use as a reference for yourself anyway. So I have order now. Okay, office expenses. How much do you spend on printing paper, paper clips, ink pens, ink cartridges, lamps, light bulbs, purchasing, computer chairs, all this kind of thing. How much do you think you will spend during that tax year? Multiply it. Wages. Are your children 17 or below? Do you plan on hiring them to work for you? Hiring your children must be set up according to IRS standards. See your upline to assist you. So in other words, you can't just hire people without the paperwork. You guys got to get in here in the training, and you're going to have to get to the training now, because I can't personally set everybody on the record. Y'all got to make an effort. You're a part of myEcon. We're going to have to be written into your schedule so you can come and learn and pick up everything with everybody else. Every now and then we can tweak some things, of course, one-on-one, but you got to make the time to get what you need. And then again, that book, See How to Lower Your Taxes, big time, Sandy Botkins, he has an outline in there. And so you see, I don't know how many children you might have, but if you're going to write off $1,000, you might want to start off by paying them $50 a month times 6 months or whatever you're doing. But remember, it has to be in proportion with how you're working your business and your money that you're making in the business. All right. 7, car and truck expenses. If you are in business the first year, you are advised by IRS to write off mileage. If you do not write off standard mileage and you choose to write off actual expenses to your vehicle, you will have to keep that method throughout the life of your business. So how many miles do you expect to travel for business activities? Attending meetings, making appointments, advertising, prospecting, and business building. I'm being very specific because this is what has to be done when you go places. If you don't plan on doing it, leave the mileage out. Okay, but I got the mileage there for you to multiply your miles. This is not just going to work and back home. You cannot do that for work. You cannot do that for work. You cannot do that just because you're going to work. You got to find the space alone to operate your business, all right? Or at least you need to know how to say it. Okay. The next thing is your actual expenses. Okay. I'm sorry. Then I tell you to calculate a total for each question, then add all totals. So every amount that you get from each one of these comes to a total. Total estimated tax deductions for upcoming tax season. I should put is. Are. No, I did it right. Deductions are. You put that amount right there. Then I'm telling you, you must have expenses logged into your Cashflow Manager and properly documented for business activities. If you don't have it in Cashflow Manager, you need to be putting it somewhere. Now, I put in red, do not include rent and utilities into your estimated deductions. Did I say don't log the information down? No, but I am advising not to put it in your calculations. Here's why. Home office expenses are not written off unless you make a profit. If you be real about it, you guys have careers, you got other jobs, you are probably not going to make a profit. You're going to be making $5,000, maybe $3,000 to $5,000, maybe $6,000 a year in myEcon because you're not full-time. If you were full-time, you would be making $30,000 or more in myEcon. And so it's probably going to be creating losses for you, which would not qualify you to use that as a rent. So what happens? On your taxes, it will not count. So if you've counted $600 or $800 times 12, and you've counted this money out, and you've added it to line 4, you're going to be in big trouble. Because when you get ready to do your taxes, you're going to owe. It's just as simple as that. There's no hookup unless somebody hooking you up. And that's not something I do. It must be something somebody else does. Okay. So 2016, 587. I'm just simply telling you guys, if you want to read some of this information, go pull this up with IRS and you'll get a chance to read it for yourself and highlight the things that pertain to you. Okay. All right. So I hope that you have learned something on Friday and that you're having a great Friday, as a matter of fact, and share this video with everybody possible. And let's live large by learning much. Okay. All right. That's my Friday to you guys. Got more work to do. It's going to be a busy day. I love these days because they're busy and productive. Okay. Go to work. Work, 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 work. Wait a minute, hold on. I might just do that right there. I might just do that. I might just do that. Y'all don't ever see me having fun, do you? Right. But I'm gonna just close out this video having a little fun on a Friday because I have really felt good this week. I'm so grateful to be back at work. Oh my gosh, y'all just don't know how. And my body feels good, and I am reinventing myself. That feels good. And the fact that I can level out my days, work with you guys, and make this thing happen where I can enjoy life at the same time, then that is absolutely marvelous. Now, I don't listen to this all the time, so I hope this is a clean version. I hope there's no clean and bad version to this, right? There you go. It's Friday. Get on up out of your slump Out of your dump. You might be on top of the world, but come on, let's work. Hey, work, work. My kids gonna have a fit if they see me doing this. All right, guys. Y'all have a great and wonderful Friday. I am. I'll see you guys at the top, like for real. I was gonna figure out how to turn this on.